class of 2026. Prior to beginning our ceremony, I ask that you please take a moment to silence your or turn off your cell phone. Also, while we understand, appreciate, and share your pride and enthusiasm for our seniors, we ask that you hold your applause until all graduates have received their diplomas. Thank you. How fitting, with this being Memorial Day weekend, we ask at this time for any individual in our audience who has served our country in any capacity of the military, please stand to be recognized for your service and sacrifice. We thank you for your dedication to our country and for preserving our individual freedoms. Our senior class officers will now make their way to the stage as we remember and honor fellow 2026 classmate Dominic "Dom" Tomaino. We recognize Dom today as a member of the class of 2026 through reserving him a chair among his classmates. Following the lighting of a candle in his memory, our class officers will place on his chair purple flowers representing his favorite color and his unopened time capsule. Dom possessed a witty, unique sense of humor. He had a passion for music and working on cars. Dom also found joy in traveling with his family, especially to Disney. Please join me in taking a moment of silent reflection in memory of Dominic Thomas Tomaino. Thank you. At this time, I ask that everyone please stand if able, and gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. This time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Selena De Jesus, who will be addressing her graduating class of 2026. Selena?
Good evening, family, friends, faculty, and classmates. My name is Selena De Jesus. If you had attempted to describe our class a few years ago, unified would have never been a word in the discussion. We've always been a group of extremely different individuals with different personalities, different interests, and different paths. Growing up in a small town means something a little different than it does anywhere else. There's a very good chance the person sitting next to you is someone you've known since kindergarten. Some of us were on the field, on the court, on stage, and some were doing a little bit of everything all at once. But we have seen each other through it all. We've made mistakes and tested limits, but that is what makes today mean so much more. Because somewhere along the way, a switch was flipped. Not at once and not all in the same way, but we had grown up. We stepped up because we had to, shaped not only by our successes, but what we had gone through together. And whether we realized it or not, we started showing up for each other when we needed it the most. Because life is truly too short to stop showing up for each other to not care for the people you surround yourself with. Through everything we were involved in, everything we struggled with, and all that we created, those differences that separated us in the past slowly became the reason we came together. They became the bridge, not the barrier. When someone succeeds at South Range, we show out in support in a huge way because everything feels personal here. We are surrounded by national qualifiers in speech and debate, state placers in softball, wrestling, track, and robotics, and state champions in football, who we have all celebrated through every step of the way. Along with that, we're surrounded by teachers who truly care. They are always there to lend a hand or offer a much needed piece of advice. But more importantly, when one of us hurt, we all felt that too. We've stood together in moments of joy, and we've stood together in moments of loss. We've said goodbye to people who should be here with us today. I want to take a moment in this speech to honor 4 individuals, Mr. Donnie Farron, Dom Tomeno, and Mr. and Mrs. Ron and Stacy Silveski, who we have sadly lost through our time here at South Range. They will forever be in our hearts, and their impact on our lives will always be remembered. But even though we all took different paths through things such as sports, arts, and academics, they all led us here, sitting side by side one last time. That's the thing about a class like ours. We may not all be the same, and we may not all be heading in the same direction, but we are connected by every experience that we've shared. As Henry Ford once said, coming together is a beginning, keeping together is a process, and working together is a success. The memories, the lessons, the laughter, and even the losses, they've shaped us in ways we'll carry far beyond this school. Because life after this will look different. We won't see each other every day. We won't all just be down the street or in the next classroom. So, wherever life takes us next, I hope we remember what we learned here. To get better every day. I hope we carry that sense of community and the ability to show up for others into every new place that we go. And there is one last thing that we could all do together. Everybody smile. We are a group of people who grew up together, who changed together, and who made it through together. Congratulations, class of 2026. We did it.
this past school year, our staff suffered the loss of one of our own with the passing of Mr. Donnie Farron. Those who had the privilege to know Donnie on a personal level witnessed firsthand the care he had for our students and the passion he had for South Range athletics. Donnie will forever be remembered as a loyal friend. He will forever be remembered as a loving father, son, and husband. And he will forever be remembered a South Range Raider. Please join me in a moment of silence in memory of Mr. Farron. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Jared Sapolnik, Superintendent of Schools, to address our seniors.
Good evening, members of the Board of Education, parents, families, faculty, staff, and the entire South Range community, and most importantly, to the class of 2026. Welcome to the South Range Local School District's 2026 commencement ceremony. I promise to keep my remarks brief, as I know many of you have already mentally, you're halfway there. You know, I get it. Graduation parties, open houses, and whatever restaurant is brave enough to take on reservations of 25 or more people. But before we get on with it, allow me to share a few reflections and a bit of encouragement as you prepare to launch into life's next exciting chapter. Congratulations, soon to be South Range alumni. Tonight is a celebration of achievement, but more importantly, it's a celebration of people. It's a celebration of a senior class that has left a lasting impact on our school and on our community. To the class of 2026, thank you. Thank you for excellence that you brought to our stage productions, concerts, performances, classrooms, and athletic programs. Whether under the lights of the auditorium or the Friday night lights of our athletic fields, you represented South Range with talent, commitment, resilience, class. You see, championships and accomplishments matter, but what stood out even more is the way you treated yourselves and others. Thank you for mentoring younger students. Some of the most powerful moments I've witnessed this year had nothing to do with trophies, debates, or test scores. They happened when seniors helped elementary school students read. Seniors helped middle school students in the hallways who sometimes middle school students struggle. Or simply, seniors made others smile. Never underestimate the impact of a smile, a kind word, or helping someone feel seen. Those moments shape a school culture more than people realize. Thank you also for serving others through the Day of Caring, Field Day with Fairhaven, volunteer projects, countless quiet acts of kindness. You've demonstrated that leadership is not about attention, it's about action. Earlier this year, during our National Honor Society ceremony, we reflected on a message from retired U.S. Air Force leader Colonel Ramon Colon Lopez. He shares that education is simply not about gaining knowledge. It's about doing something with that knowledge. Knowledge alone is never enough. Action is what transforms learning into impact. And action requires courage. That courage to try, fail, try again, continue growing. Honestly, seniors, that sounds a lot like trying to navigate our parking lot right now. I think some of you might have earned an honorary CDL license for parking throughout the year, and at this point in the year, with the construction going on, getting in the South Range requires skill of a construction foreman, possibly a NASCAR driver, and a prayer circle. That was a joke, Quincy. But somehow you made it, and honestly, that is pretty good metaphor for life. Life after graduation will not always be smooth. There will be setbacks, uncertainty. There will be moments where things do not go according to plan. But honorable people keep moving forward. They keep learning, they keep growing. Colon Lopez also reminded us that strong leaders surround themselves with people who challenge them to become better. They refuse to stay stuck in the routine and the mundane. You heard Selena talk about getting better every day. That's what we talk about here in Raider Nation. That's being a Raider. Your education has prepared you not simply to succeed personally, but to positively influence the world around you. That idea reminds me of this year's musical, Into the Woods, because throughout the story, the characters learn that actions have consequences and that our choices impact others. The lesson is not simply to chase success for yourself, but to use what you've learned to help others and make life better for those around you. That message also echoes the words from Paul the Apostle, who encouraged people to persevere in doing good, to serve others, and to use their gifts to uplift their communities. True success is not measured only by accomplishments or titles, it's measured by the positive impact you leave on others. One example of this that I shared with you previously comes to mind when Tyson Seaschultz, one of our 4-time state placers, returned after finishing second at the state wrestling tournament. Shortly after, I'm walking in the elementary, and here he was, crisscross applesauce, helping a student who was struggling in the elementary. This is what leadership looks like, not about titles, but about uplifting others. At this senior awards ceremony, Senior Maya Markulin said something powerful. Each senior in this class, she said, came together and made an impact on each other to make South Range the best school. Maya, you're absolutely right. This class understood something important. Greatness is not created by individuals alone. It's created by people choosing to support, encourage, and challenge one another. So my challenge to you tonight is simple. Take the education that you received and use it to perform actions in the world around you. Help someone when it's convenient. Encourage a coworker. Mentor a younger student. Volunteer. Pick up a mess that's not yours. Choose kindness even when no one's watching. Because education is not complete until it turns into action. Soon to be graduates, tonight you leave this building as students, but you will always remain Raiders. Continue to get better every day. Continue choosing service over selflessness. Continue taking action that improves the lives of others. And never forget the impact that you already made here. Big Raiders helping little Raiders. Little Raiders will not forget. Congratulations, class of 2026. We are proud of you. We believe in you, and we cannot wait to see what you do in the world. In closing, on behalf of the South Range Local Board of Education, our entire school community, I wish you success, joy, and meaning in the journey ahead. President Lally, members of the South Range Board of Education, distinguished guests, parents, relatives, and friends, it is my honor and privilege to present to you the South Range High School class of 2026. These students have fulfilled the requirements established by the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce, the Educational Service Center of Eastern Ohio, and the South Range Local Board of Education. Congratulations, class of 2026, and thank you.
Natalie Marie Purton. Caleb Riley Godward. Novia Elizabeth B. Dylan Matthew Walker. Quincy Estelle Bailey. Max Freese. Kelsey Sue Duras. Edward Joseph Stakowitz. Dominic Thomas Tomeno. Receiving Dominic's diploma is his brother, Johnny Tomeno. Chuck Freese. Selena Pearl de Jesus. Caleb David Bond. Reese Letitia McNee. Cooper Martin Brinsco. Violet Jean Steppen. Tegan Ellenberger.
Julia Jean Masacci. Frank Joseph Slana. Cassidy Lynn Less. Cyrus Raymond Whitmer. Maya Sky Markulin. Cooper Jack Martz. Kieran Kelly Powell. Hayden Michael Proke. Christopher Michael Hickey. Isabella Danielle Licata. Anthony Joseph Berry. Mia Liliana Masacci. Michael Anthony Nicholson. Alexandra Bell Irons. Helen Timothy Pitzer. Abigail Kathleen Steinge.
Chloe Jane Fowler. Tyson Von Cieseltz. Brooklyn Sue Heine. Cody Grant Ewert. Ashley Madison Kirsten. Jacob Allen Fieldhouse. Macy Jade McCullough. Gary Robert Landsberger III. Thomas Patrick Leidick. Heidi Lynn Bartels. Brock Matthew Lauk. Haley Rose Ackerman. Eric Joseph Gall. Grace Elaine Ewing. Evan Alexander Grace. Ava Rose Regal.
Madeline Rose Wilt. Chase Vincent Eusis. Juliana Maria Sheffo. Michael Ryan Uplinger. Taylor Nicole Dado. Timothy Culler. Gabriella K. Spooner. Garrett David Moff. Stephen Gaston. Kaylee Elizabeth Thompson. Tyler Austin Culler. Casey Elizabeth Herchick. Mason James Naples. Lillian Lutz. Will James Gehring. Isabella Ava Smith.
Katie Lynn Woten. Dallas Jameson Burns. Sophia Isabella Frommel. Brennan Taylor Klazowski. Alicia Nicole Mullet. Dominic James Bailey. Olivia Marie Lesky. Emerson Yeager Cluse. Adam James Abba. Ella Grace Belcastro. Shane Matthew Delatorre. Emily LaRue Lally. Julian Michael Tranovich. Ariella Nicole Hartley. Eli James Juden. Kira Ann Winner.
Gia Mary Jo Guerreri. Zachary David Raygroot. Ashley Marie Rupert. Michael Adam Lucas. Kira Elizabeth Brogan. Case Michael Yeagley. Anna Letitia A. Colin Michael Engel. DeHaven James Cooperwood. Laura Jo Getzy. Stanley Joseph Migelski Jr. Addison Michelle Wardle. Connor Suzanne. Catherine Lynn Dance. Braden James Richardson. Natalia Rose Chadbourne.
Jack Thomas Carey. Joshua Ryan Burns. Joseph Michael Zaid. Gwen Marie Lowry.
Upon receiving their diploma, each student was also given a flower symbolizing the positive impact our community has had on our graduates. Never has the statement, "It takes a village to raise a child," been more evident than in our school district and the South Range community. At this time, our tradition of recognizing the support we receive from our families and community continues as each class of 2026 graduate will present their flower to an individual in attendance this evening who has impacted them positively during their high school years.
To my love, took it down. I climbed a mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills till the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, when children get older, I'm getting older too. Oh, I'm getting older too. Oh, take my love, take it down. Oh, climb a mountain and turn around. And if you see
Okay, thank you very much. And now the time we've all been waiting for. I'd like to call on our senior class president, Quincy Bailey, for the turning of the tassels.